All right, greetings everyone. This is Eric, founder and CEO of Cubicle Investing, and also co-founder of Flip That Option. So you can definitely visit both websites at cubicleinvesting.com and also flipthatoption.com. On Cubicle Investing, you can download my free ebook that will teach you the basics of options trading. All right, so today is it's Friday. It's July the 7th. It's approximately, let me pull out my pointer here. It's approximately not 7. What am I saying? It's approximately 9:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I'm actually in the trade, as you can see here. Let me just circle. So I sold the strike price of 43.15, and I bought the strike price of 43.10. 11 contracts. And I actually put this trade on yesterday, and the reason being is because so yesterday was a really excellent opportunity to trade, in my opinion, and based upon my experience. And so when the market opened yesterday, it immediately dropped from 44.22 down to 43.99, so a little over a 20-point drop. And it was roughly 50 points down from the opening at about 10:05 a.m. Considering that on average, the S&P 500, based upon some research I have done over the last 20 years, on average, it moves about 60 points per day, right, on average. And so the fact that yesterday at 10:05 a.m., which is when I put this particular trade on, it was already down 50 or 55 points. It was just a matter of time for it to actually bounce and go back up, right? So as opposed to putting the trade on for yesterday expiration, I decided to even further mitigate my risk by putting on a trade yesterday that expires today, which is the trade you see here, and going further away from the price of the underlying, putting more distance between my position and also the price of SPX, which is the underlying, which I'm speaking of today. Right, and so again, it's all about managing your risk, really paying attention to and taking care of the risk versus just focusing on the reward. And so I knew that, considering that it had already moved 50 to 55 points, well, I didn't know, but I had a strong conviction, if you will, that the price was going to bounce and eventually move back up in value. And so that's exactly what it did. So as you can see here, it's roughly 100 points away from the position that I put on yesterday that expires today. And so there's no way, well, I won't say no way, but there's a small chance that, so extremely small that, I would feel comfortable, turning closing out the platform and just walking away from a computer all day today, because, the chance of the SPX falling below 43.15 and 43.10 before 4 o'clock today is extremely highly unlikely, right? So again, managing your risk versus focusing on the reward, has allowed me to have 25 successful trades in a row. So I lost one trade this past June, just one trade. And the only reason why I lost that trade is because my ego got in the way and I did not roll when I should have. But other than that, I would have been, 100% successful for the entire month of June. And so these SPX 0 DTE, 1 DTE, and 2 DTE trades are really becoming much more easier for me, considering that I'm sort of, I've gotten comfortable adjusting to the rhythm of the market, if you will. And so when I say the rhythm, essentially just keeping track of the closing prices of each for each trading session for the SPX, and just looking at that closing price as it relates to the previous closing price, right? And so just noticing that, you know, that there are going to be 2 or 3 days where the market is up, then you can expect a pullback, you know, for 2 or 3 days, or potentially just 2 days, you know. And so getting aligned with the rhythm, if you will, of the market just allows you to have a high predictability of which side of the trade you should be on, whether it should be on the call side or the put side. And also the other thing I like to look at too, to make sure I'm aware of, is and I mentioned this before, is the CNN Fear and Greed Index, right? And so for at least a week or so, the CNN Fear and Greed Index has been in that extreme greed category, right? And so a week ago, as you can see here, the Fear and Greed Index was as high as 83. And so you can pretty much expect for the market to pull back when this Fear and Greed Index is consistently in the extreme greed area, if you will, right? So that's the other thing that I make sure I'm aware of, in addition to, you know, keeping track of the closing prices for the S&P 500, right? And so as you can see today, it's up roughly right now a little over 3 points. I may go in around 2 o'clock, 2:30 today, and actually put on a position on the call side. But you know, we'll see as the day progresses whether or not I will make that decision, and I will probably do it for the expiration for Monday. So I'm probably not going to do a 0 DTE. If I do decide to go on the call side, we'll probably do it for Monday's expiration. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. And also I have created a watch list basically just for the top 10 components of the S&P 500 that have the largest weight, thus the largest impact on how the S&P 500 moves. And so we know that, well, we should know that Apple and Microsoft has about, you know, those two publicly traded companies together have about a 14% weight with respect to the S&P 500. So those two stocks alone have a major impact or a major influence on how the market moves. And as you can see, they're both in the red right now, but nonetheless, Amazon, Nvidia. So we got Amazon up 65 basis points. We got Nvidia up 173 basis points. Google roughly 35, 36 basis points, and Tesla up right now 45 basis points. So so it looks like the market is going to be pretty much trading sideways today, which is a good thing, because again, if that's still the case come, you know, 2:30, 3 o'clock, then you know, me putting on a trade potentially on the call side, or I may even go on the put side for Monday's expiration date, you know, might look a lot better later on today. So that's it for me. Again, if you're looking to trade in a community with like-minded people, definitely visit flipthatoption.com, and we can make that happen. All right, have a good day. Enjoy your weekend.